Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're tackling something I think we all wrestle with sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
Sticking to goals,
Right.
whether it's learning something new like a language or maybe a bigger life
It's
change.
definitely a common challenge.
So we've been looking at this source, an episode from English Dose, and honestly, some really solid practical ideas came out of it, stuff that applies way beyond just language.
Right.
Our mission today is basically to pull out those actionable steps, the
Yeah.
things you can use to keep that focus sharp.
Absolutely. It's so easy to start with tons of energy and then fizzle out.
Uh-huh.
What I liked about the English dose take was its simplicity. It takes some, core psychological ideas and makes them really practical for everyday life.
Okay, let's get into it. First big one they mentioned. Know your why.
Hmm.
Not just what you want to achieve, but the real reasons behind it. They use examples like needing English for study overseas, or maybe getting skills for a better job.
Exactly. It's like your internal compass or maybe your fuel tank. If that why is strong, if it really means something deep down.
Then it pulls you through the tough spots.
Right. It gives you that resilience when things inevitably get difficult or boring. It's the difference between, oh, I suppose I should do this, and no, this is really important to me.
That makes total sense. That deep reason is what you lean on when, the novelty wears off.
Precisely.
Okay, so building on that, the source also talks a lot about breaking things down, taking those huge, maybe intimidating goals.
And making them tiny, manageable.
Yeah. Instead of, I want to be fluent, which is massive, they suggest focusing on, learn 10 new words this week.
Or listen to one short podcast today.
Practice speaking for just 5 minutes tonight. Stuff like that.
And this is critical because it stops you feeling completely overwhelmed. Each little step you complete is a small win.
And those small wins, they add up, right? They give you that little dopamine hit, that feeling of progress.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Builds momentum. It makes the whole thing feel less like climbing Mount Everest and more like just taking the next step up the path.
Okay, so we've got the why, we've got breaking it down. What else? Distractions.
Ah, the big one. Yes. Minimizing distractions, which, let's be honest, is harder than ever these days.
Tell me about it. Phones buzzing, social media calling, even just background noise.
It all pulls you away.
Yeah.
So English Dose really hammered home the idea of creating dedicated time and space, like actually setting it aside.
Intentionally.
Yes. And they made a great point. Even just 20 minutes of truly focused, uninterrupted work can be way more productive than, say, 3 hours of trying to multitask with the TV on.
Quality over quantity for attention.
Totally. It's about signaling to your brain, okay, this is what we're doing now, nothing else.
Right. That makes sense. Okay, the last key idea, and this one really hit home for me, was about consistency. Consistency over perfection.
But this is so important. So many people get tripped up here.
I know I do. You want it to be perfect right away, and if it's not, you get discouraged.
It's exactly. But progress isn't usually linear, and motivation definitely isn't constant. It ebbs and flows. The real key, according to the source, is just showing up regularly.
Even when you don't feel like it, or when it feels like a slog.
Especially then. Building the habit of doing the work, even imperfectly, is far more valuable long-term than occasional bursts of flawless effort. It's the compound effect of just keeping at it.
So it's not about being brilliant every single day. It's about putting in the time consistently.
That's the core message. Build the rhythm. Stick with it. Except that some days are better than others.
Okay, so quick recap from English Dose. Really understand your deep why. Break down the big goals into small, doable steps. Be intentional about removing distractions and focus on being consistent, not perfect.
Yeah, that sums it up nicely. And fundamentally, it's about working smarter with your focus, not just pushing harder all the time, being strategic.
Right. So maybe a good takeaway for everyone listening is just take a moment, think about your current goals, and really ask yourself, what's my why? Because understanding that, really understanding it, might just be the most powerful tool you have to stay on track. Thanks for diving deep with us today.